Welcome to this circle where love and grace abound. We honor your journey, and wherever you are bound, we will walk beside you, encourage you on your way, celebrate your spirit, and hold you as we pray. There is love for one like you. There is grace enough to see you through, and whatever road you've walked, whatever path you choose, may you know there is love for one like you.
Welcome to our circle. We honor the love and grace, the joy, the sense of spirit we have in every step we take. We know as we walk out into the world, we are here for each other, supported with every step. And when we stumble, we know that it's still an expression of God, and His grace showers down upon us as we feel the love of those around us supporting us with every step. There is love enough. There is love enough.
Welcome to this circle where love and grace abound. We honor your journey, and wherever you are bound, we will walk beside you, encourage you on your way, celebrate your spirit, and hold you as we pray. There is love for one like you. There is grace enough to see you through, and whatever road you've walked, whatever path you choose, may you know there is love for one like you. May you know there is love for one like you.
Good morning. So glad that you are here to join us this morning at Unity Des Plaines, a positive path for spiritual living. My name is Peggy Daunt. I'm one of your licensed Unity teachers here at church, and I'm serving as your platform assistant this morning. So would you please take a moment to make sure that your cell phones are silenced? Appreciate that. And also we welcome those who are tuning in online, either now or later, for joining us. This week, we are blessed to have our friend Scott Dodsworth with us. Go, Scott. His talk title today is Pillars of Joy. And we also want to always thank our musicians, our pianist, Charlotte Jackson, our wonderful soloist, Elena Truffa, and now I invite you to stand as you are able and join with us in singing our congregational song, I Send My Love.
Okay, so let's send it far. send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the seas. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the seas. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the seas. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me.
Stay standing, and please greet your neighbors around you. And now, the chaplains.
Morning. I'm your chaplain, Betsy.
And I'm Cindy Jan.
We are available to pray with anyone, all of you, whomever could use a prayer today. It might be for yourself. You might be wanting to just drop some of the burdens you might be carrying. Gosh knows we all have tons of burdens these days. So, let them go to God and let God do something useful with them, right? Or maybe you have a pet that's not feeling very well and you could use some energy to heal the pet or your friend or your mother or your kids, whomever. Come see us. We like to do this, okay? And now, so let's start, speaking of prayer, let's start with our vision statement, which will pop right up on the screen. Look at that, okay? Together. To empower an evolving consciousness that spiritually transforms the world through an awakening oneness. And I invite you to take a breath. And as you breathe, just feel our oneness right this minute. It's such a wondrous feeling, isn't it? Oh my goodness. And so now let's do our invocation. This was written by Charles Fillmore 130 years ago, approximately now, and still appropriate today. So, together again. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge your presence and your power, O blessed Spirit. In your divine wisdom, now erase my human limitations, and from your pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to your perfect law. Amen.
We would love to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. Is there anyone here for the first time? Please raise your hand. Yay, hi. Welcome. We're so glad that you came to worship with us today. I want you to accept a gift from the church. It's a little car because we want to be the church that gives away cars. Please join us for coffee or tea down the hall in the fellowship room after service. We would love to get to know you better. And now it's time for the daily word. And the daily word today is comforted. Secure in the love of the divine, I am comforted. Taking time to remember my loved ones who have passed and envisioning them alive in God brings me comfort and softens the edges of my sadness. When those who care about me reach out to offer me solace, I accept it as the love of God flowing through them. When I remember the good times spent with my loved ones, my heart feels lighter as a smile crosses my lips. These tender moments remind me that God is always with me, even in times of grief. I need not shrink from the pain of loss or busy myself to avoid feeling it. Instead, I lean into it, the comforting love of God, to see me through it. The love lifts me and soothes my aching heart. The power of God within me, the power of God within gives me strength to persevere with courage and with fortitude. And the Bible verse is from Isaiah. As a mother comforts her child, so I will comfort you. You shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And now let us prepare for meditation by singing the meditation song, Sanctuary.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
If you haven't already, feel free to close your eyes if you so choose. Take a deep breath in and feel the love and light and energy of this room fill your body, and then release it, letting out the angsts, the trials, the tribulations, the stress. Breathe in again, feeling the love that you are fill you, flow down through you, and again out. And feel that rhythm of your breath in and your breath out. Feel warmth from above flow through, beginning with your crown chakra over your head. Just feel energy. If you want, you can envision a pitcher of warm water flowing down, not just over you, but through your head and your shoulders, down your arms and your torso, through your hips and down your legs, washing away any of the gunk that is built up. Water can keep flowing, washing away, and begin to see the crystal light that you are, the shimmering being, shining through, ever present. Feel that shimmering light that you are move out, never leaving, anchored in your heart and soul, moving out, extending throughout the room, literally combining with the energy of the person next to you and in front of you, behind you. Let that light move through the roof and through the floor and through the walls, moving, extending out through the world, through the universe. One being, one light. Our soulful expression of God is our individual self. Yet the individual we are is one with a universal energy of love and light and being. Take this moment, while supported by the universe as a whole, and return back to your heart. And within you, feel or see with your mind's eye that inner child. Whatever image immediately popped into your mind is the child for today, for the now. See that beautiful child. Wrap your arms around that younger version of you. Feel the warmth. Feel the sense of security that your arms bring yourself. Feel the comfort. Feel that love. Look at that child. Look them right in the eyes. Tell them, I got you. No matter what, no matter where, no matter when, I got you. See the radiant smile on their face. Feel that joy exuding from them for simply being in your presence. Feel that warmth between you fill you, surround you, enfold you. Put your hand on their cheek. And tell them one more time that you're always together. And that you'll come back and visit soon. Allow yourself to feel the chair underneath you and come back to your awareness of the room that we're in, this sanctuary of love. And when you're ready, allow yourself to open your eyes. Be present here. And so it is.
Something else trying to perform this song after that beautiful meditation, Scott Dodsworth. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark Boston.
All right, it's called I Trust in God Now. So what happens is we have this melody part. And when I sing, I trust in God now, you sing,
I trust in God now.
all right. It's going to be 3 different places, but it's you trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
And I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
So we'll get going here in a moment. But it's going to vary, so we have to kind of pay attention to each other, okay? You can do it. You can do it.
I feel you.
Never mind. Let's go. I'm thinking something in my head, but it just wasn't coming out, so let's just sing.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Look at Joe.
I trust in God now.
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 And I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
God energy will show me how to find the truth and ever how. Yeah, and I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
And you trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
When I'm worrying down, I know who to call out. I focus on God energy. Yeah, find the truth that'll set me free. Yeah, and I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
And we trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
God energy will show me how to find the truth and ever how. Yeah, and I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
And I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
God energy will show me how to find the truth and ever how. Yeah, and I trust in God now.
I trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
We trust in God now.
And you trust in God now.
You trust in God now.
When I'm worrying down, I know who to call out. I focus on God energy. Yeah, I'll find the truth that'll set me free. Yeah, I trust in God now.
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 And that was written by Mark Boston.
Hey, Paul, do me a favor. Keep the cameras on. Before we switch, keep them on me, and then I'll just say. Just switch over. Thanks, bud. So, all I have to say to start with is, yeah. Mark, you are my brother. We've been brothers most of our life, and that energy of that song leads right into Scott Dodsworth, doesn't it? Right? Because you know it's going to be a little upbeat, to say the least. So before I even get started, so I tend to be a little techie with my lessons, like I like to use PowerPoints here and there. I'm starting to learn to actually move away from it, but today's lesson, it's sort of a little dependent, not a lot. I have to give a shout out to Paul. Can we give him a round of applause, please? I came in today and said, I don't know what to do. And talk about comfort in the daily word. He took me in his arms and he took care of me. Now watch, it won't work in the end. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So it's been a couple months since I've been here. What's been going on? Anything special for anybody? Anything? No, Jeans, no. No. Yes, sir.
We had a really nice new members ceremony.
Oh,
All right. Are any new members here right now? All right. Suckers. No, I'm just kidding. Congratulations. Yay. Yes.
We had a wonderful retreat, women's retreat, facilitated by Peggy and Elena last weekend, Friday through Saturday, which was fantastic.
Wow. Thank you. That's wonderful. Anything more? We had a wonderful Mother's Day while I was gone and stuff like that. So for me, the past 2 months have been basically volleyball. Not me playing. So I have a 16-year-old that's a junior in high school, and he's on the varsity team. And so when you have a son that plays a sport, well, a child that plays a sport, your life becomes the sport, right? Every night is practice or a match, and so it's everything is volleyball. A proud papa moment was they had the senior night, and now John's not a senior, but he was commissioned, that's a big word, he was asked to say a speech for one of the graduating seniors, right? So some of the other kids got up there, did their thing, and then my son got up there and had to say a chip off the old block. You know, he did quite well and was funny and did great, so I was proud of him. The other big thing that happened in my life is, I had emergency surgery. I found myself in the ER. I know, right? What? So I had a tooth pulled back the beginning of February, and the pain didn't go away in the way that it should over a period of time. You expect some, right? But it didn't go away. And it was achy. And so I went back to the dentist and I said, look, I think it's still like there's infection there, you know, and I can't take penicillin. So they put on other stuff and the other stuff's just not as effective. So I went back again and again and again. And they said, no. And they did whatever they could, but I knew it was more. And that inner voice was right there telling me, right? And it was a classic example of, why don't we just listen when God's talking to us? So God said, okay, you're not going to listen? Here you go. Saturday morning, I woke up with a huge lump underneath my chin here. And I went, wow, well, that's not good. And long story short, as I went to the ER and they admitted me and I had to have surgery to have it drained. And I got a little Band-Aid, but I'm no worse for wear. And, lessons be made. I'm still processing it, still allowing it to give me some insight. I was thinking, okay, it's interesting I was in the throat and the tooth. Does this have to do with my speaking? Does this have to do with my pursuit to becoming minister? And the message that's come back incredibly clear is no, it doesn't. So we're still processing and moving through it. But the experience of being in the ER made me think of something my grandma used to say to me. She said, you know, in life, there's really only two things to be worried about. Whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. Now, if you're healthy, well, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If you're sick, well, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to get better or whether you're going to get worse. If you get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If you get worse, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to live or whether you're going to die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got two things to worry about. Am I going to go to heaven or am I going to go to hell? If I go to heaven, I ain't got nothing to worry about. But if I go to hell, well, let's just say, let's not get sick. Let's just not get sick. Now, anytime I tell a joke, it's connected to the lesson. And in this case, we in Unity know that hell and heaven and hell are not places you go. It's not places you're sent. Heaven and hell are states of mind. Right here in the here and now. Right here, right now. And we experience heaven or we experience a hell based upon our thoughts and based upon our expression and how we live our lives. And in the same way, joy is a state of mind. Joy really isn't something you can go out and obtain. You can't just go out and get joy. I can do something to make me happy, and through that happiness, I might have a joyful experience. But joy is something that is always within us. Joy is something that we experience through other attributes to our life. The Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu got together about a decade ago and sat down for a week to discuss joy. And it ended up becoming a book. I don't remember the title. I'm sorry. I'll get it for you. But through the week's work, they came up with 8 pillars of joy. All right, now we can jump over. There we go. And, I'm going the wrong way, that's why. So the pillars of joy are divided into mind and heart. There's 4 pillars of the mind: perspective, acceptance, humility and humor. And hopefully I hit you with a little humility today and a little humor. I don't know. And then there's also 4 pillars of the heart: forgiveness, gratitude, compassion, and generosity. And these are 8 things that the Dalai Lama and the Archbishop came up with. Today, for today's talk, I've whittled it down to 2 of the mind and 2 of the heart. We'll talk about, there we go, perspective and acceptance. Those are 2 of the mind. And gratitude and generosity. Those are 2 of the heart. Now, joy truly comes from the heart, right? Our expressions of generosity and expressions of gratitude, forgiveness, joy comes from the heart. But if our mind is not set, if our mind isn't open to accepting the joy that's there, then we're going to miss it. We're not going to connect with it. So the idea is to try to get our mind in a place that then our heart can be open to accepting this joy. I come up here every time and I bring my phone up to use the stopwatch and I never start it. I never start it. So the lesson's going to go as long as it's going to go, folks. Here we go. All right. Yeah, easy for me to say. All right. Perspective is how we see the world. And how we see the world is how we experience the world. Very often we can lock in to just one perspective and think that's all there is. And if that's a negative perspective, then we're going to be experiencing negativity. But the truth is that perspective is our ultimate freedom. It's the skull key, if you will, to all the joy that we can experience. Because the reality is there isn't just one perspective. Any experience has an infinite number of perspectives that one can have. Now, it's tricky and it's difficult because when you're in it and you have your one perspective, it can be hard to move away from it. The image I have up here gives you sort of an idea of what I'm trying to convey. All three of these are the same image, just looked at from different perspectives. If I look at a series of circles from the top, I see three circles. If I turn it about 45 degrees, now I see something that looks like a cone. And if I turn it on the side, I see 3 lines. Now, if I'm looking at this and I see 3 circles, how am I supposed to see 3 lines? Well, the truth is that we have to open ourselves to that. We have to give ourselves the possibility that there's more than one perspective that can be had. We want to be in the moment. Like I said, if we're stuck in it, it's so hard. So when we see a perspective, if we go out into the world, if we go into life already with an understanding and an acceptance that there are more than one perspective, then when something happens to me, like emergency surgery, I can wallow in that. I can be resentful in that. I can be upset, scared about that. But there are other perspectives to this. What lessons does this bring me? Wonderful hospital food. My children having to take responsibility for a couple days without me. It doesn't mean the first perspective goes away. The surgery still happened. They put me in the ICU because they were scared that I might have trouble breathing. Now, God bless, I never did. But it doesn't go away that the perspective of having to have surgery exists. But it doesn't mean you can't have another perspective. It makes me think of the story of the reporter who went to do reporting in a war zone. And it was in a medical hospital, and there were 2 soldiers that had suffered very traumatic injuries, and both had become paralyzed. And the reporter went over to the one soldier and tried to speak to him, but he was incredibly despondent, curled up into a ball on the bed, not willing to move, not willing to get out, not willing to talk. The reporter moved on to the second soldier, and that soldier was up, smiling, joking with the nurses. He was in his wheelchair already, doing little tricks in the wheelchair, spinning around. And the reporter asked him, how can you be so positive? And he said, you know what? This wheelchair puts me right at the height to look my kids right in the eye. That doesn't mean he's not a paraplegic. It doesn't mean that becoming and the trauma that he went through wasn't horrendous and horrible. It is. We live in a world of duality. We simultaneously live in a physical realm and a universal realm. And the physical realm is duality. There is good and bad, right and wrong, up and down, left and right, in and out, heaven and hell. No, there is, but there's also the spiritual and universal reality, where it's neither right nor wrong, it just is, right? And in that universal realm, where the energy just is, we can choose what to experience in this physical realm. That soldier's pain doesn't go away, but he has chosen to add to him a positive experience. I know that when I'm in traffic in Chicago, it's one of my favorite topics. I have a number of negative experiences. And I make the choice while I'm in those negative experiences to add to it a positive perspective. I honestly will take those moments when I'm stuck behind a line of traffic and this lane over here is just zipping by. And I'm like, oh. Every car that goes by, I bless. I bless. I bless. And then when I do get around, the cars that were stopped, I bless. I bless. I bless. What an opportunity to send out my love, which wouldn't happen if all I did was see the one perspective of being stuck. It doesn't take away that I was stuck. It doesn't take away the frustration, but I add to it. This is one of my favorite graphics. Okay, so working one-on-one with myself is one thing, right? To me, to see things in my life from multiple perspectives. I can get stuck in it, bring myself out of it. But what about when somebody else has a different perspective, right? I could be looking at that graphic from the front, and I would see circle. And I am absolutely positive it's circle. That's what I see, it's a circle. And somebody comes along to me and says, hey, that's a square. I'm gonna think they're outside their mind. It's a circle. And he's gonna look at me and like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's a square. And then the third person comes along and says, hey, cool triangle. What are you talking about triangle? What are you talking about? And the fact is that we all look at any given situation from our own perspective. Our own experiences in life have brought us to that moment. The traumas, the joys, the experiences as a whole allow us to see the world through our perception, our perspective, our lens. And somebody else has a different lens. Again, when I'm in the moment, it's hard. When I see circle, and I'm sure it's circle, and someone tells me it's square, it's hard. But if I can go out into the world thinking about this graphic alone, if I can be open-minded to the idea that somebody could see the very same thing I'm looking at in a different way, and truly believe that that's possible, because I know in truth it is, because there's an infinite number of ways. This graphic shows 3 clear shapes that come from looking at it from different perspectives. But if you just, any of them, any way, any angle you take would make the triangle bigger or obtuse or scalene. It would make the circle larger or smaller or oval, right? The square would become a rectangle or a trapezoid. I know I'm just bragging about all my math knowledge. But it's the idea of walking the world, walking the planet, understanding that there's in this universal perspective, in this sense of God energy, there's an infinite number of ways of looking at the world. So by looking at it, here I'm going to give you a couple more things here. This is just how we see truth depends on our perspective. Infinite number of perspectives, every truth. It's always good to have the PowerPoint back up what I just said. Changing the way we see the world changes. So we can change our perspective. We can be open-minded to other ideas, and that opens us up to other ways of looking at things as well. But it really comes down to, if I'm able to see the world in multiple perspectives, I have to be accepting of the fact that there's multiple perspectives. The challenge with that is, it wasn't nice of that car to honk to get me going again. When I look at things from multiple perspectives, sometimes I'm going to see either from my perspective or from somebody else's perspective. If I see something as positive, they might see it as negative. If I see it as negative, they might see it as positive, and I feel that conflict. But if I can come to accept that the negative perspective is just a label that we're putting on it, and the positive as well, as much as I like it, it's just a label I'm putting on it. And going back to what I said just a few seconds ago, in the universal realm, it is neither positive nor negative. It just is. It's just energy. And we're the ones in this realm of duality that put the label of good or bad, right or wrong. If I have a car accident, I'm going to label it as bad. Then I have the opportunity to add to it another perspective. That's this dual reality. But if I can accept that in spirit, everything is, then I can be open to both. And I'm going to go as far as to say that it's necessary to be open to both, which means I'm saying it's necessary to be open to negative. There's a couple really quick ones that support this idea. If there were no valleys in our lives, we would never experience any peaks, any hills or peaks or mountaintops. I don't know if I want a life that just goes on a single plane. I don't know if I want a life that does just this. I love those peak experiences. But the reality is, in this realm of the physical, in this realm that we're here living, the duality, life is meant to be this. So I have my negatives and positives because they're necessary for each other. I threw some math in, now I'm going to throw some science in. In chemistry, molecules, atoms I should say, atoms come together based upon the electrons. Any atom has a nucleus made up of protons and neutrons, and flying around it are electrons. Electrons are negatively charged. There's only a certain number that can fit into what they call shells. So the electrons flying around, there's only a certain number that can fit in. The atom of sodium has one extra electron flying around on the outside. And the atom of chlorine has 7, and there's only room for 8. So chlorine has 7, sodium has 1, both negative, but when those negatives come together, there's a space in the chlorine, which has 7. There's a space for the 1 sodium electron to join it. And when sodium joins chlorine, what do we get? It's table salt. Table salt. It's necessary to share our negatives. It's necessary, not at our own expense, not to take somebody's negative energy to harm us and be okay with that, but when I'm feeling angry, in a respectful way to share that rather than hold it inside. When I'm feeling afraid, to find the courage to share that. And when somebody comes to me with their anger, when somebody comes to me with their resentment, when someone comes to me with their fears, for me to hold space for them, to not judge, but to allow them to be who they are in this moment, whether it be something that's comfortable with me or not. By allowing negatives to be shared, we come together like the table salt. We build relationships on sharing negativity. We build community on sharing negativity. Now, I always got to be careful because that doesn't mean to the exclusion of joy. And that doesn't mean to the exclusion of happiness and comforting times. But we tend to turn away from the negative because it's painful. When someone comes to us or we see somebody in pain, we don't always step up because it's scary. We don't know how to handle it. And with our own, I know for sure I will hold things to me rather than share them with somebody because I don't want to be a burden. So I stress this idea that acceptance is also the idea of sharing oneself and being open to someone sharing with you. All right. So we've got the mindset now, right? We know that there's multiple perspectives, and we're accepting of these multiple perspectives. We're accepting of the idea that on a universal realm, all there is energy. The positive and negatives are what we put on it, and we can accept and share that with each other. So that opens us up to the heart, which is where we're going to experience joy. Again, joy doesn't come to us through this. We can kick out of this now, so the camera can come back on me. Gratitude. How much gratitude do we have for the different aspects of our lives, right? How much do we look out and truly enjoy the things that have been brought to us? If acceptance is accepting reality, then gratitude is embracing it. Right? Am I grateful? How many times have you experienced something in your life that initially you said, oh my God, that down the line you went, yay, God, right? These experiences where it seemed negative in the moment and then down the line it turned to be positive. Can we be grateful for those, even when they're difficult initially? Have you ever heard of this thing called glimmer moments? Anybody heard of glimmer moments? Yeah, I see some people nodding their head. So glimmer moments are like the opposite of traumatic moments, of triggers. Glimmer moments are the opposite of triggers coming from trauma that we've had in our lives. Glimmer moments come from the joy that we have. And as I said before, joy isn't something you can go out and get. Joy is something that comes from other attributes. So when I have my mindset with acceptance and accepting perspective, and I'm grateful for the things in my life, it opens me up to this joy that we can call a glimmer moment. I was at home. I'm in the kitchen. I was working at the island on something, probably preparing dinner. And my daughter comes out of her room, and brings something to the island in the kitchen. And we're talking a little bit. The boys come up from their bedrooms downstairs, and they're there. And everybody's talking, and everybody's just hanging out. And I suddenly allowed it's not that I allowed I just was. I suddenly was back looking at the moment. I wasn't in it, I was observing it. And I realized, oh, this is what I've dreamed of. This is what all the work was for. This is what parenting is all about. Actually, not parenting's all about the hard stuff, but this is the glory. This is my glimmer moment. My kids are together with me and we're just sharing. There's nothing important to talk about. There's nothing specifically happening. We're not planning. We're just there. The glimmer moment. That's gratitude. Having gratitude for those moments in our lives. And gratitude opens the door for us to move to generosity. Generosity is pretty obvious, right? It's giving of ourselves. It's giving of ourselves selflessly. And I'm sure all of us at one point or another have experienced a feeling of joy from a sense of giving, from the ability to give, not the sense of giving, from actually giving. There are three different aspects. You could look at it many different ways, but I'm sharing with you three different aspects of how we can be generous. We can be generous with the material. Right? We can give money, we can give supplies, clothing, whatever we can give. We can give of ourselves whenever we can. And usually that goes to a place and that's given to another. We can be generous with someone's fears. We can hold space for them. We can be there for them. We can allow them to share with us and be generous with our time and be generous with our energy for somebody who's struggling. And then there's the generosity of spirit or soul. And that goes to another level. That's where we hold space for them in prayer. That's when we meditate with them. That is what our help me out. What are you guys? That's what our chaplains are for, right? That generosity of spirit. And I humbly put forth to you today, it's what I take. This is the great gift that I have and what I'm so grateful for is I'm allowed to be generous with all of you on these Sundays that I'm able to be here. I want you to think about your generosity for a second in terms of unity principles a little bit. The third unity principle is that what we hold in mind, we manifest in kind. And there's people out there that are practicing that, right? And even if they don't know unity and they don't know the principle, they're still holding in mind what they believe and what they dream of and what they want and what they need. They're holding it in mind. When you give materially towards someone's fears or spiritually, when you give, you're the answer to that principle. You're the answer. It can't happen where what we hold in mind will manifest in kind unless others are there to give of themselves. The giving person isn't giving because, oh, this person here was holding in mind this car that they wanted. Here you go. It doesn't work that way. But what you give might lend itself to them to get a car. Now, it'd be a tiny car that we give away here at church, but it's still a car. It's still a car. So I just think that it's really important to realize that generosity allows us to connect our empathy with action. What we feel in our hearts, generosity allows us to take that feeling and move it forward into physical acts of kindness. So I share with you as we go out into our world today to think of perspective, see things from multiple points of view, accept the fact that we're supposed to have a life of positive and negative and know that in truth it just is. Be grateful for all the things you have in your life, and for sure, allow yourself to give all that you can, and joy will be your compass. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful message, Scott. And now I will give you I Can See Clearly Now by Jimmy Cliff. And actually it was one of the songs that I presented to Scott as options. And I can't believe how great of a fit it is, your choice of it, right? Because now I have a new perspective on seeing clearly now. Seeing clearly basically means that I'm allowing for all these different potential perspectives of anything I'm experiencing in my life, and that I see it for what it is, and I am accepting of the different perspectives. So let's see it clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. Blue skies. see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way, and I accept them. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day, because I said so. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, oh, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah!
Wow, that was great. So now it's time for our love offering. We share our offerings and tithes with Unity Displays, and we thank everyone in this room for those who are watching online for your generous support. As our ushers come forward, please hold your gifts in your hands, and we will recite the offering prayer together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Ushers, please bring forward our offering and our prayer box to be blessed.
Father, Mother, everything, God, how blessed we are to have these gifts. How blessed we are to have the opportunity to give. For giving opens us up to receiving. And we know here at Unity Displays how blessed we are to receive from all of you. These gifts go out into the universe. And as we give, we shall receive. Thank you, God, for all your gifts. Amen.
We honor and welcome all contributions, time, talent, and treasure. If you have a time or a talent to contribute, please let one of the board members know. We would love for you to be involved, and we thank you now for your generous tithes. In addition to the Sunday collection, you can also mail a check to us or donate through online, unitydesplains.org. The beautiful pulpit flowers today were donated by Ruth and Dallas Traylor in honor of their daughter Kate's birthday. Thank you, Ruth and Dallas. If you would like to honor someone for some occasion or just because, you can donate the flowers. The sign-up sheet is outside. The fee is $35, and of course, you get to take the flowers home. The one announcement that we want to bring to your attention, especially today, is that we want you to start saving things and putting things aside, gently use things that you're willing to share, give up for our circulation day. The shopping is 100% free, and it's what we call a circulation day because we want to circulate things in the universe. You never know what treasure you might stumble upon. So now let's bring in the children with We Are Walking in the Light.
I guess we have a lot of people traveling. That's okay. We're still here with some enthusiasm. Catalina.
Okay, so today we talked about different tools we can use in the world, like pens, paper, knives, saws, and even our phones, because phones have a lot of internet connection and they can be used for good purposes and for bad purposes. And then in the later weeks, we're going to be talking about how to use our phone, like phones or internet, for the good use. Yeah.
All right, let's stand, sing, and pray.
want to acknowledge that my trip, my friends,
How they like that? Now I can remember all these. Don't worry. Okay, but in the Bible, we know we're going to have a great time. In the moment, enjoying life with everybody, things can go smoothly. And we know if it does, we will. We just going to look at the positive. Just like Scott was talking about, you know? To be in the moment, right now. I think, I don't know what, if I should think, like, you know, being in the moment, knowing that I don't know, or champagne or something. I don't know. It came up to me, and I know sometimes say, my that's what I felt. I felt like there was trouble. Like, and you could see jewels, and there's ever-resting, how you can see I also think of like a child. You're going to see it in a child. Every place you go is going to be a wonder. So much to be in the now, and you can have a good time. You can laugh and joke and have fun. Oh, come on, he's grown up.
but I worry about it. So I'm going on this trip, so I don't have to worry.
Right. We have some meals made, or are they gonna go in with that? And they're gonna play nice. Do they get angry and
No, I think